What's going on YouTube? So today we're going to talk about ball striking and low point and how to control that. For those of you who are not familiar with the term low point, definitely a term you should know. It's the lowest point on the circle that you're swinging on, or on the swing arc. So we always want that when you're striking an iron or a fairway wood off the ground. We need that in front of the ball. That's how you hit the ball first, then the ground, and get the most efficiency and distance out of the club. On our list today, it's going to be starting with the sways, then we're going to get into bends. From there, we'll talk about the wrist, right? How these wrists are all kind of moving in your swing. So, of course, before we get into all that, please do consider subscribing. I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys in order to help you guys play some better golf. So, yeah, now that's over, let's get into it. So, most players hit the ground first before the ball. First thing I would look for is how much they're moving either away or towards the target. I'm going to put an imaginary arc kind of around me in this video. You can see if I take my club back and I start moving my upper center, which would be my sternum, my lower center, which would be my belt buckle. If I move that, so does the arc. So now I have to play catch up in order to first get back to the ball and then some in order to move the low point in front. All right, so we really don't want you swaying away. We want to try to make a nice centered turn. Think about the right side going up and back, right? Pulling this right shoulder, right hip, up and back, and you can see that helps me stay centered. Now let's get into the bends, right? So bending and how that can affect the arc. So you could see I could do all of that right. I can make a nice centered turn. I can move my arc forward, but if I stay bent forward for too long in my downswing, because that's what will happen, the arc will get actually pushed into the ground. So although the low point is in front, the arc gets pushed into the ground, which makes me still hit back here. And make sure we're not doing that, is going to be, all right, make the center turn. We're getting over in our downswing really from here, about P6, when the club is parallel to the ground. From this position on, we want to start extending up, getting our chest up to the sky, basically. Once we do that, the arc kind of raises. So I like to, usually when I'm having this lesson with a student who's remaining too much into their forward bend, hitting really far behind the ball, I like to kind of reference this as almost like the club head is a plane. And if you've ever been to an air show, you'll know that they always do a trick where they're kind of looking like they're going to hit the ground, and then the last minute they move away from the ground as fast as possible. All right, last. This one's subtle, but very important for ball striking. We go to the top of our backswing. A lot of people, you know, they do everything right. They're swaying towards the target to move the low point forward. They're bending back and extending to shallow the contact and get away from the ground. They're doing everything we just talked about right. But they go fishing and they start casting as soon as they go into their downswing. If I do everything right, I get up here and I'm nice and centered, but then all of a sudden I move over and I start to cast in my downswing, you can see that actually still keeps the arc back that way. The low point might be here, but if anything, it's widening the arc to where now I'm gonna still hit down and behind the ball. To fix that, we need to maintain this angle right here between the shaft and my forearm and my wrist, right? That 90-degree angle. Ideally, when you start your downswing, we'd like to see that get a little bit narrower rather than wider. How do we do that? A lot of the times when people are struggling with this, what they'll do is they'll really hinge early, and then when they start their downswing, they throw it away. So what I want you to do is actually the opposite. I want you to kind of take the club back with no wrist action at all, And then when you get to the top, you're gonna feel that set, right? That'll keep the club from widening. Now this is just a drill. I'm not saying to really just pull down and that's how you're starting your downswing, but I'm just saying that's gonna give you a feel of, you know, what these wrists are kind of doing. Ideally what we'd like to see is, okay, once you get used to that, can we get this arm moving towards the target at the same rate your hips and your body are? So a good checkpoint for that would be, by the time the club's parallel to the ground, can I maintain this angle and have my left forearm in line with my belt buckle? When this happens, your low point is going to be in front of the ball. Honestly, could probably get more detailed into that, but to save time, really those are some big things that you should be working on if you struggle with inconsistent contact. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Again, consider subscribing. Love to help you guys out. I'm looking forward to all this stuff on YouTube.